how are you?
Hi guys, how are you today?
What's up, everybody?
So we got a couple things to talk about today, and they're kind of serious. We're going to talk about the um, oh gosh, why am I having brain freeze? Shaquilla, Shanquella, sorry, Shanquella Robinson case. If you're not familiar with it, it's been trending all over social media. I'll catch you guys up on what's been going on and the latest information on that. Then I'm going to talk about uh, a little boy named Sammy Green and how he was almost taken. I'll put it that way.
Wow.
But before we get to all of that, I still have to address some things. And they're not going to send out notifications for another 30 seconds anyway. So let me catch up on this really quickly. Oh, thank you guys. Banner. There you go. So the last video I did, the last time I went live, I was telling you guys about how someone's going around impersonating me, Perry, and Nosey. Well, they haven't stopped. So I need you guys to get the word out. If you see anyone impersonating me, Perry, or Nosey, I have a certified check after my name. Perry does not. So it's kind of hard to identify if they are impersonating Perry, and they're on to that now. Since then, you guys have been sending things to the hotline saying that they've been in Up and Adams chat, Gabor, AT2, Wiley, and DJ Richie. And that's just the channels that they've gotten caught in. And that's from me releasing that statement the other day. I would never, ever, 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 ever go into anybody's chat and try to disrupt it. I have no problems with Up and Adam. We've known each other a long time. Gabor, we were just all on Diva's panel the other day. Of course, AT2, he's like my little brother. I would never do that. Wiley, I would never, ever, ever do that. DJ Richie, you've been in the game a long time. I respect you. I think you're a nice looking man and just a nice person. I would never do such a thing. I know who is behind this. It's very childish. She wants attention. She's obsessed with me. And that I don't mean that in a very vain way. I mean that in a real sense. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with her. And she just has it out for me for whatever reason. I don't know what her problem is, but she does all kind of things behind my back that I usually don't tell you guys, just because why? Either she's going to waste her time doing this stuff, or eventually she'll go away, or maybe she won't. But if you guys can get the word out, if you're in somebody else's chat and you see anybody in there under me, Nosey, or Perry talking crazy, just tell the person. Oh, and then they were also in Jolene and Busy Blue. Now, I would never, ever, ever, ever go into their chat. I respect both of them. We have a mutual understanding. Busy. You guys know me better than I would never, ever do this. This is just ridiculous. And
I'll just say this real quick too, Sharrell. And even if you see somebody going crazy in the chat and the content creator might not know it's fake, just remind them, drop the link. You don't have to bring them on panel. If we was in the chat, we would go backstage and show our face. That's how you know. And just drop the link. I'm not saying bring you on panel. Just drop the link and say, if it's Perry and Sharrell's in your chat or whatever, or Nosey, we'll come backstage, show our face. If they don't show their face, it's not us.
We would never do such a thing. It's just, I don't know what she gets out of it. No one believes it.
Misery Love Company, and the whole thing is she want to turn all the other content creators that cover the stuff you cover against you.
It's
with the hope of you losing followers. That's what.
Oh, okay. Well,
she have a dream.
And she has a whole team working with her. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Latavia. And she's also doing it under a fake Jaguar Right account. And I think Jaguar is certified too. But these are friends of mine's that she's just, I don't know what's wrong with her, but I would never ever do that. And you guys have been with me long enough to know if I had a problem with somebody, like I would confront that person. I don't just play games in someone's comment section because it's just childish and ultimately stupid.
Yeah.
Ultimately stupid. So if you guys, and Perry, maybe you could send a link out in the hotline letting everybody know that if they come across these people impersonating us, hey Roy.
No, hey,
No, no, no,
homeboy,
no, no. We
homeboy,
got it,
trust me.
Roy. We got it.
She definitely
Uh,
ain't your type to visit.
if we would never do something like this. It just is just revenge, a vendetta, which is really hard to deal with because usually it's easy to accept if you did something to somebody and they're mad. This woman
Mhm.
just inserted herself in my life and just started trying to get my attention any way that she could.
Yeah,
It's weird, very weird. So let's
she
just
would
get the word out. I
she
would
would do
never
it
go in anybody's chat.
right.
I only go in three people's chats. Nosy, AT2, and Diva. That's it. I don't have time to waste going in
Right.
other people's chat, wasting my time. Because you guys know my plate is full. Me and Perry running two channels. It's just a lot.
Yep.
So
And
let's get into this story that's gone viral and it's circling the internet. I made a video earlier about this. So if you're not familiar, you can go back and check that out. In the meantime, here's the condensed version. Her name is Shanquella Robinson. She went on vacation to Cabo, Mexico with 6 of her friends. They returned home without Shanquella. They call her Quilla. Without her, they told her parents that she had passed away from alcohol poisoning. And $6,000 later, they end up getting a autopsy from Mexico in which it stated she passed away because she had a broken neck and fractured a
uh,
crack in her spine. Woo,
mhm.
woof. Then a video surfaced of what really happened, and let's see if I can play a little bit of this video. Of course, it's just the still. Here's a little sound of what happened. Hold on. Let me see if I have. Is this it?
Quilla, can you at least fight back? At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
Now, as you can hear, somebody is filming it. Nobody's helping. They're encouraging her to fight back. She says on the tape, no. Okay, it gets worse. Okay, so that surfaced. And then one of her friends came out. His name is Nazeer Wiggins. This is my first time catching a live and love it. Thank you, Willette Smith. I appreciate it. Okay,
Thank you.
so now it really gets bad. So then her friend who was there, his name is Nazeer Wiggins. He made a tape and he came out and said that he wasn't there when all this went down. He came the following day. Here's a little clip of that.
Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not going to work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But
He's getting ready to cuss. So what he's saying is when he came up, one of the other 3 guys was on the balcony cutting something up. Okay, now this is when it gets interesting. His name is Nazeer Wiggins, and it seems like he was the only one to actually come out and say, hey, something's not right. Okay, hold on, let me find this. Now, according to the rumors, his friends are coming out against him. They're calling him a liar. They said he's trying to save his own and that he was there. We all know that the girl on the tape, her name was Dejanay. She has skipped town. She has left North Carolina and went to I don't have that. She went
Connecticut,
she's
right?
supposed to be hiding out in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay. They are all turning on each other. Then a woman, her name is Rihanna. Let's see if I can get this out. She came out on Twitter and made this posting. She said that Nazeer Wiggins her in high school. Okay. So let me see if I can make it bigger so you guys can read it, because some things I can't say. Nazeer Wiggins was my R in high school and nobody believed me. Years later, he wanted for participating in the M of a Block woman. Wow. Believe us the first time. Not only that, she came out and accused him of this.
Damn.
Now it's being reported, and let me see if I can find that article, that he didn't just do this to her. It's alleged that he's done 3 other women. Okay, this is a mess. He alleged it 3 other women. These are some thugs. These are some thugs. And it sounds like Nazeer is the leader of the thugs. Here's a picture of him. And if you ask me, it seems like on the tape when someone's saying, do something, it sounds like him. If you ask me, it sounds like him. Here's a picture of him up close. Also, it's being reported that the FBI has gotten in contact with Mexico, and now they're opening up a formal investigation. And they heard the cries of the people, because this has been trending all day. People were hashtagging the FBI and everything. According to this article, it was confirmed by the place that they were staying. It's not even an Airbnb. It's a resort, that there has been an investigation open on this. These people need to be stopped. Now, according to the law, is not much that they can do. This happened in the state of Mexico, the country, pardon me, Mexico. We have to be really careful when we leave the country, because we go by their rules. Just through the grace of God, they decided, and maybe I have a feeling that the FBI played a major role in this. Wouldn't you say, Perry? Because everyone was tweeting them.
Right.
Everybody was going in on them. They're saying, how could this happen? There's also a petition. So everyone came through. Everybody came through. And now it looks like something might happen. I hope it does. I'm sorry, but it appears now that you have to keep your friends close as you do your enemies. With friends like these, who needs enemies? It's insane. Now, these are just pure thugs. Let me give you an example. So one of the women, her name is Alisa Hyatt. It's being reported. Now, what did I do with that, Perry? It's being reported that her sister lost her life the next day when they got home from Mexico through DV. I have to be careful how I say it. Through DV. They know who did it. It's an ex-boyfriend. But I'm giving you a background of what these people are, okay? It's also being reported that the 3 men in particular are going around telling everybody that Nazeer is a liar and he was definitely there. That would be Khalil Cook, who's supposed to be Shanquella's best friend, and Malik Jews. People are talking. They're mixing up their stories. At first, they agreed that Nazeer wasn't there, and now they're saying he was there. They're saying that Nazeer does not have very good character. They're calling him dangerous. And it looks like in an effort to save his own A, he came up with this cockamamie story. I don't know, Perry, what did he think the others was going to do while he went around trying to protect himself?
I'm not sure, right? I mean, but if he was the boyfriend, according to the first story, he was there that night.
Yeah.
Then he said he appeared the next day. But
Yeah.
couldn't they just simply check the plane ticket?
I'm sure the FBI can look into
Right,
this.
right.
I don't think it's hard. I think
And
they panicked and he started saving his own A. And you know how it is. Well, they ain't gonna pin this on me. And then he went live on social media. I don't know what he was thinking, if he didn't realize this was gonna get around town and in the hands of the FBI.
right,
Who goes
right.
on social media these days and tries to cover your A? Anything you do on social media is not considered private. It's public
Right.
property. And if they were hashtagging before, when you come on to say, this is how it went down, they're going to hashtag you too.
Right, right.
What do you think is going on?
No, I mean, really, I don't know. But if he should have did something that night, and maybe he trying to distance himself for not doing anything, or are they trying to imply that he's the person that caused?
They're trying to imply that. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe any of them. They're
Right.
all liars. The main girl took off. So if you're not guilty, that screams guilty.
Right.
Headed in hiding somewhere in Connecticut, is believed to be in Bridgeport or Hartford, Connecticut. If you guys in that area and you see a woman that looks like this, let me see if I can put this back up. Call the FBI, call your local police department, because I'm sure they want to talk to her.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I don't get if you got a friend and you're in a different country, who abandons their friend? And I get it. People got plane tickets. You get to leave the next day, whatever. But I would count on the person's parents or somebody to help me get a ticket. But I'm staying with that person.
Say it again?
Well, okay. They all left her down
Right.
in Mexico.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, and I get people got plane tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like the date you leave the next day or whatever. And you may not have no more money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm simply saying is that I would count on that person's parents. If I'm telling you this, I'm gonna stay with your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To help me get back. There's other ways of getting back.
You're saying you're not leaving until
I'm
you
not leaving. I'm not
realize,
leaving.
yeah.
Even if I had financial issues where I couldn't really afford it, I'm not gonna leave a friend like that.
Now, I'm going to address this rumor that Ann is talking about. It's all over social media. This is Dejanay right here. They're saying that she's transgender. I haven't verified it, but it's all over social media that she's transgender. I don't know. You can't tell. I don't know. I know she needs to get back down here and talk to the cops.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that eventually they're all going to get caught. I just feel it in my heart. I don't know
Well,
for
I mean, the
sure.
way they acting, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, their acting it's just unheard of.
I mean, just from the beginning, who bails on a
So
friend that's in the hospital?
if
You mean
we
like,
had to
damn, it's
guess,
an emergency. I mean, but the emergency is you win as a group, we gonna stay as a group, the ones who true. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they acting guilty to me.
this has become nationwide. They're reporting it in other countries. When I did the video earlier, people are saying they're covering it in England. They're covering it in Australia. Of course, they're covering it now in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you another picture of Dejanay, just in case, because we come from all over in our chats. Just in case you see anybody in Connecticut that looks like this. This is her right here in the striped shirt. Let me see if I can zoom in. Now, these are reports that are going on. This is her. Let me tell you what I think. I feel like she was set up. I think it was planned. I think that knowing the type of people that we're dealing with, you know how girls get catty and petty.
Right.
I don't think they intended to K her. I don't. I could be wrong. I think that they wanted to beat her up and leave her down there in Mexico. That's just as bad. What do you think? Do you think they intended to K her? Because they would have.
I'm not sure. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like that's a hard thing to say
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
simply beating her up, leaving it in Mexico, shit. I mean, I know it's a difference between breathing and not breathing, but you still lost a friend if a person did you this way. So it could be like people were saying it in the earlier chats too that they know that maybe they can get away with this kind of shit
Mm.
in another country, right? Because
Oh, that's
jealousy
right,
is
Perry.
something.
That's
Jealousy is
right.
something else.
If
People
they
can be
didn't mean to
jealous.
hurt her, they would have did this at home.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do
Let me
that
straighten up my shirt.
locally.
Go ahead. I can
Yeah.
hear you.
You can do it locally, right? And I'm
Uh-huh.
simply saying this that I just feel like jealousy with certain group of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you hood life, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
she had a little business in Charlotte,
Mm-hmm.
families from Charlotte, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess she did braiding or whatever. That
Mm-hmm.
was pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, well, your friends will be happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
No, most, a real friend would be,
Mm-hmm.
but a person that's fly by night is trying to outdo you, even as a so-called friend. And with these people, they all sound suspect to me. That's just my opinion.
They do. They
They
do.
all sound suspect.
And Nazeer, I just have a feeling he was in on it too. And I know the type. And plus, oh, I forgot to mention, this happened in Perry's hometown. So you called back home. They've heard about it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Ah.
no, I mean it's just different rumors, and I heard about the girl supposedly be it's a rumor, but we don't know. Is
Mm-hmm.
a trans, you know. And then if you somewhere and they drinking and doing all this, um, things happen, and they could be getting drunk, laughing at it. But when things went too far, that's when they become a like accomplished. The person that's around it. What's the word? Accomplished, right? I mean, like the
Accomplice,
person.
yeah.
Yeah. And now they trying to just get themselves out of it because who really go and say the girl was drunk, is alcohol poisoning? Nobody called you a doctor in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, how can you say that when nothing's coming up that way?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the story you going with. If you could have made up any other thing, her back was hurting, her neck, or something.
Now I know that United States has extradition laws. Is that how you say it? With
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mexico.
I mean, but the people in the United States, so I guess they can get prosecuted down there and then get sent back to the United States.
I
That
don't
what you
know
mean?
how that's working. I've had two different lawyers say two different things, but basically, what it boils down to is they have to make an agreement with Mexico.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, country rules are different. But that one attorney that spoke on this,
mhm,
I don't think. I think she really don't know what she's talking about.
mhm,
That it is ways. Now she can
mhm,
say just
mhm,
in general,
mhm.
but when the FBI get involved, they can do a lot of stuff.
Anyway, the public's absolutely outraged, and everybody's going crazy. She's trending. They are finding information. They're sending it to the FBI. If you guys hear anything, send it to go to Twitter, tag it, say what you got to say, and then FBI, hashtag FBI Charlotte.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so at least we got a little hope is that they're going to, oh, I forgot I have my avatar on, that they're going to, look into it, do something about it. Because if you missed my video earlier, I showed a video of the parents, and they are absolutely devastated.
I think if
Devastated.
social media keep talking about it,
Hmm.
these people, one of them gonna break.
Oh, the Gang of Six.
Yeah, one of them
Well, it
gonna
looks like
break.
Nazir has.
They're already coming out doing this, and they'll start pointing the finger.
Hmm.
So I think if social media keep talking about it, if you let it die down, then
Mhm.
yeah, it just be like whatever, right?
Mhm.
I think one of them will break, and it sounds like he might want to break soon.
Yeah, I mean, I just really believe in my heart that he was there. This the story just doesn't make sense. And if you weren't there and you were consoling her, like you said, and waiting for the nurse to get there, he claims that there was a nurse there. All this can be verified, but I just believe the rumors that he's trying to save himself, and then he got mad, and that's when they started dropping dime, and then allegedly they reported it to the other people about his past our
Right,
convictions.
right, right, right.
That's all. That's also what I wanted to share with you really quickly before we move on.
Okay.
The girl came out and said that she was ARD, and then she went on social media. This is where it's all going down on Twitter. I hope Elon Musk does not mess up Twitter. Um, And for the man and his minions in my mentions, I've been telling the same story for 9 years, and I'll tell it again. Your threats don't scare me. I'm not weak like I was then. You can try to keep coming after me, but I am well protected now. Go see Satan.
Okay. I got a question for you, Sharrell.
Yeah.
Now, this is not one of the young ladies that was at in Mexico, is it?
No, this is the
Okay,
lady that
good,
came.
good. Okay, okay,
This is
good.
the
Okay,
lady who her name is Rihanna. This is the one. She's allegedly one of 3 people that he AR'd,
okay.
and she came out. She did not hide her identity.
And speaking on
Um,
this character, right? I got you.
yeah, and she's speaking publicly about it.
I got you.
She said, "It was always you're lying." She said nobody believed her in the past. You're lying. But my story has been the same for 9 years, and y'all isn't even the same from 5 hours ago. So much to say, but refuses to sit down with me and talk about what really happened. Just tweets and empty threats. See Satan.
Mm,
But just now, I stand on everything I said on 10/17/2013. That man took pictures of me engaging in consensual acts with my then boyfriend and said, "Now you have to do me or this is going viral." Ooh, wow. I had a feeling Nazeer was no good. I'm trying to tell you,
mhm.
he makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Coercing and blackmailing me into acts with him and his friends. I did not consent. Mm.
Wow.
Any tweets I deleted are not because I'm afraid, because y'all aren't scary. Out of respect for Shanquella, loved ones, I will remove my tweet. Hashtag, I got something covered up. Her, something have asked me not to tie my story to, okay, I covered it up, but I guess the family has asked her to take it down. Even after being blackmailed and being coerced, I still posted the pictures that day on Twitter. I didn't even say anything at first. It wasn't until the next day at school one of my teachers heard and reported it. The only reason any of us were suspended from school was because he posted the pictures. CMS, and you live in that town. Do you know what high school that is? Central? Is it Central? CMS?
I'm not CM. It don't make
Okay.
sense.
Official justification for suspension was for disrupting the learning environment. I didn't get anyone suspended. He posted the pictures and got caught. I wasn't going to say anything out of, I think I already read this. My story has been the same since day one. While contact was consensual only to then go to say there was no contact, Twitter archives, CMPD, and CMS still have pictures, statements, tweets, and other information. She would go on to post her support for Shanquella. Mm,
Mm,
mm, mm.
wow.
This is a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait, it's going fast. Hold on. Someone told me what it stands for. Uh,
You can't find it.
Here it is.
Okay.
Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So it's
Okay.
down in Charlotte. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. This man he just creeps me out. All of them disgust me. But there's something sinister, in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion about Nazeer.
Well, I mean, my opinion about all of them, let's keep it real. They said they landed there one day. They didn't go out.
Mhm,
Nobody went out. They stayed in the place. Everybody was there.
mhm.
Nobody's talking about something. We see the video, somebody videotaping a fight, but nobody's talking. It just don't make sense to me.
And for me, it sounds like Nazeer is in the background saying, "Do something, fight, do something."
Yeah. Right.
Mm-mm-mm. All right.
So I
Go
mean, and with
ahead.
his past and stuff, but who was actually fighting her? That's the
That
person
was
who,
Dejanay
right. And
Jackson.
typically they said that she passed 15 minutes after the call, after the injury.
Hmm, hmm.
So even though this guy got bad character and full of shit,
Oh, she's yeah.
right. So now we can't give her a pass off this.
I'm not giving her a
Oh,
pass,
I know, I
but for
know, I
some
know.
reason, Nazeer just creeps me
Oh,
out.
I know, no,
But
no, no.
we all saw what she did.
You saying
She
the
emmed
group,
her.
and we talk about Nazeer, we talk about her.
Hmm.
The whole group, who leads a friend?
Yeah,
Who don't do shit?
yeah, yeah,
I know it's a lot of cowards in this world, but damn,
yeah.
it just don't make sense for me.
It's just no words. But anyway, social media is pissed, and they're all working on it. People are coming out, and I'm sure, Perry, don't you think that the FBI watches this stuff?
Yeah.
Social media. That's the first
Well,
thing that they do.
they watch more than
So
social media. They got your phone records and every damn thing.
yeah, yeah.
Trust and believe. Look, they gonna mess up somewhere. When you get one loose cannon starting off the fender, and then everybody wanna blame him.
Uh-huh.
If she left this world the way they said, who is to blame? Probably nobody at that point, right? I'm saying okay, if they want to say she passed from alcohol poisoning,
Uh-huh.
why would you have to blame anybody? That they
Hmm.
starting to come out and point fingers is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They're turning on each other. They're turning on each
right,
other.
right, right.
Now, I wanted to end this really quickly with this heartfelt story. There's this little boy, his name is Sammy Green. He was walking home from school, and this woman came up to him and said that your parents told me to walk you home and take you to the store to buy whatever you want. Just listen to this. And this is important to me because I have a kid, and you have to train them these days. The world that we live in, do not trust strangers. Do not trust them, and listen to your instincts. So listen to this really quickly.
Walking home on Friday when he says the woman tried to lure him away.
That day when I was watching that video, I cried every time I saw it.
This is the video that made Sam Green cry. His 10-year-old son, Sammy, is at the top of the screen and was being followed by a woman on Friday.
Said that she probably knew me and she was going to Wawa and that he was supposed to go with her and he could get anything he wanted.
But Sammy wasn't going to fall for it. He knew exactly what to do. His dad taught him how to act in a situation like this. So he walked inside of a store that he was familiar with. It's called Danny Be Funky, just down the street from his house. We talked to the owner.
He felt comfortable enough to come on in here, and he came right around the corner to where Hannah was, and he whispered in her ear.
You can see it on the video. He walks to the store clerk and leans in. We found out what he said.
He said, to act like you're my mom, this lady's following me.
After processing what was going on, you see her get between Sammy and the woman who was still holding the door open. She walks over, pulls it shut, and then locks it. The woman runs off. Sammy is now safe. The owner and Sammy's dad aren't sure what the woman was trying to do, but they know that Sammy and the clerk both did.
See how calm he was?
Yeah,
That kid was thinking on his toes.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's no telling what that woman would have did. They're taking people these days. They're
Some sick
taking
people
women
out there.
and
Yeah.
putting them into rings. They're taking
Mhm.
children. He saved his own life. Let's take a couple questions and then we'll wrap it up. Hey, Sebastian. Hey, Bonji.
Hey, Sharrell and Perry. Hey, Bon.
Hey, Sharrell.
Hey, let's start with you, Sebastian. This whole thing is a mess, isn't it?
This story's a mess. It's very sad. What's happening in this story, especially like when I was growing up, there was something very similar. People keep referring to Kanika Jenkins, but something very similar also happened to this girl who went on a trip at her family's resort in Jamaica, and she got decapitated and everything, and they couldn't find out.
Oh,
They couldn't find out what happened. This is a very sad thing. I personally do not trust Nazeer.
I
don't
know.
trust him.
What is
I don't
it?
I don't trust him. Maybe it's the name Nazeer. I'm sorry. A lot of
Something
Nazeers have
about
been
him.
a lot of
Now we
Nazeers have
all
been
seen
stuff.
that Dejanay did it, but it's something about Nazeer, especially when I found out that he has been R-ing women and just the way he talks and how he wants to get his
Yes.
story out there first. Go to the
Right.
cops if you have something to say. Why are
Exactly.
you
Go to
saying
the
it on
Mexican
social media?
stories. This and another thing is we really can't do that much in the US about it. All we can do is just like raise awareness, keep this story going out. And because this happened in Mexico, they're the ones who have to do the
Yeah.
prosecution and etc.
Yeah.
It's a very sad story. She's gone too young. That's very young, and the family had to pay that much money just to get her body autopsied and everything. This is a lot of
I
money.
know.
Like, no, this is not fair.
Bonji, does Nazeer raise the hair on the back of your neck?
I watched that Insta video that he posted the day he posted it, and hairs, on my neck were just raised, because the first thing I thought of is, why are you going online and posting what seems to be a video of yourself defending yourself instead of having gone to the police? And secondly, when I read about this case and they talked about alcohol poisoning, I had questions because several Americans have gone to Mexico and something happens and it's all blamed on alcohol poisoning. So it's not the first time Americans have gone to Mexico and alcohol poisoning is blamed for something bad that happens. And then the other thing is, I want to know who in the video is saying, "Aren't you going to fight back?"
It sounds like Nazeer.
And also, I think
and I take offense to some in the chat that are ridiculing or saying something about, well, there are rumors that she's trans. I don't care whether it's a trans individual, it's a human being. And this
I
is
think they were
someone
just
who went
saying
to
it, and they were saying it
From
because it's all
the
over the
strength,
internet saying
from
that
a
it's
strength level or how
Or
a
are they saying the
transgender might
attacker
be able to
is
hurt
trans?
somebody faster than a female. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
they're
saying
saying
that
the
the woman.
attacker.
These are just rumors. That the
Oh,
person.
I thought they were saying that the victim was trans.
No.
Oh no. The person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like they drugged her or something.
Everybody's saying that
Because like she looks like so like out of out of place when she's just getting attacked like that. Like obviously she has to be under something.
Well, some people don't fight back. But anyway, they're saying that there was a still picture. I looked that they zoomed in and there was a pill bottle on the.
Oh.
But I didn't see it. I tried. Let me read this really quick. Belna says, I just read that the FBI are involved now and authorities are not releasing any more information. Yeah, I just said that. So that's good. Thank you, Belna. Let's see what.
Here's the challenge, though, Sharrell. Like Sebastian said, this happened in Mexico. So these are U.S. citizens who returned and left their friend, in parentheses, in Mexico. Yep. So since this was a villa and not a resort, There probably maybe were no cameras. We don't know what type of situation she was found in. And Nazeer talking about a nurse, and yet that nurse doesn't seem to be having been consulted or called, or we don't know whether Mexico even knows someone with a medical background saw her. It becomes very difficult because unless Mexico presses charges and the US sends them back, since it happened in Mexico, I don't know what happens to these people.
Yeah.
I want to also address something. People are saying that there's
let me let Belva talk because she's been sitting there. Go ahead, Belva.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
You know, when I live in Chicago, and it was a young girl. She lived in Oak Park, and she had a boyfriend. They went to Bowie, and you know, she killed her mother. They put her in a suitcase. And
yes.
Suitcase. But they went to prison for that, but she's out. But when she came back to Chicago, the FBI took custody of her. So why they can't do that the same here?
I remember that case. And then she went and delivered the baby in prison.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sebastian, what were you saying?
Okay, some people are saying that the toxicology report didn't show drugs or anything. There's certain drugs that won't appear on a toxicology report.
That's true. Does everybody on the panel think she was drugged?
I can't say for sure. I mean, for me, at that point, I know she was outnumbered.
Belvna, do you think she was drugged?
She looked like she was out of because the way she was just there. And why was she naked? That's my thing. Why?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
and,
that's true.
And if somebody did that to my child, I don't think I'll be in Connecticut walking. What I got to do, I'll be in Connecticut. Look,
you will go to Connecticut. I don't blame you. That mother's instinct.
And the other thing that's also not making sense is whoever is saying, aren't you going to fight back? Her response is like, no. There doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency considering what is happening to her in that video, which doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But I will say this. Okay, so they're in their 20s, late 20s. Yeah, never mind.
At 25 up in there right now.
Yeah. I know my son was in high school and he got in a 20-minute fight. And there was about 30 people there. And not only did they tape it, they put it on YouTube. So I don't know. I'm old. I'm just thinking, because if somebody fights around me, I'm breaking it up immediately. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just a mess. Hi, Shanta.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
I've been following this story since it first dropped. And my feelings about that with that Nazeer dude, at first, when he went live on Instagram, it seemed kind of convincing. But when it came to his flight itinerary, he said he had it, and then he said he didn't have it. He was like, I can't prove the timestamps for y'all. Maybe they could do that, but this is that, and that is this. And then another thing that threw me off is that he was saying that there was a nurse there. But the news report said that the maid found her in the room. So if there was a nurse there, then why didn't she go to the hospital?
Yeah.
They left her in the room. That's what threw me off with his story.
I wouldn't be shocked if Nazeer planned it. Something about I know.
They were all in on it. They were very quiet when they were recording. Nobody said anything other than the person that was asking if the girl was gonna fight back. And then another thing about whether she was drugged or not. I've been in a couple of fights in my lifetime, and I've experienced being hit in the back of my head. If somebody hits you as hard as that girl hit her in the back of your head, that will send you off into a daze.
Right. I got you.
That will throw you way off. And so even if she wanted to fight back because she's so thrown off from taking that blow to the back of her head, she didn't respond really. And that's also probably how she broke her neck, because she hit her several times in the back of her head with full force. And then she fell towards the bed.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
all
crazy.
of them, I don't think that they planned on killing her, but because the girl beat the living crap out of her the way that she did, I feel like she succumbed to the injury.
The whole thing
You
is
can
sad.
definitely beat somebody to death.
But then, Sharrell, can you imagine? You know, I've been following this too since it broke, and I kept thinking to myself, even with the alcohol poisoning reporting, who would who would travel outside the country with somebody, even if it's an acquaintance? Let's say you're not best friends. Something happens in that country. You get back on the plane, come home,
Right.
continues to sleep nights. I don't know
Mhm.
how long it's been since this happened, and
Exactly.
still wake up and go about your normal life as if nothing happened. I can't wrap my mind around that.
I
It's
agree.
crazy.
Took
All right,
somebody.
guys. Let anyone that has anything else to say. If not, I'm going to bring up a new group.
No, that's it. Thank you
Go
all.
ahead.
And
No,
thanks,
Thank
I
you.
ladies.
just pray for the family that
Everybody
something
pray for the family, and
something breaks.
everybody just pray.
Pray
Thank
for
you,
the
Yeah.
guys.
family. That's it. Bye.
Okay, thank you
Thanks,
guys for
Yeah,
guys.
calling.
bye.
Appreciate the call.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys. So sad. Just sad.
Yep.
Ugh. Is it Calderon?
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Calderwood from
Hi.
England.
Hold on.
Hey,
Let me
how's
bring
it
Sorry, I
up.
going?
mean,
Hold on. Let me bring up some more people. Hey, Sin.
Hey y'all.
Hey, TR.
Hi.
Hey, Tulsa.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Let's start with you, Calderon. Sound off.
oh yeah, this is a very, very sad story. I mean, my question is, was it Nazir who planned the whole meeting? Because it sounds like he's the master plan of all that. The way he's filming is very calm and nobody's saying anything. If you watch the video, nobody really lifted a finger and tried to intervene and break up the fight.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he's the master planner of all that. I mean, he's very relaxed and he seems to enjoy himself watching that. I
And
was very, really,
calculating. He put on a show for that stupid live that he did, making it seem like, he was innocent. And he said somebody's name. Did you guys catch this? He said, when he came up, somebody was doing something. Do you guys remember that part? I'll play it again. I don't know. Does Nazeer just raises the hair on the back of my neck? I know. What's her name? Dejanay. We've seen her. She can't get out of it. But there's more to this story. Do you have that feeling, Calderon?
oh yes, there's a lot of uh, a lot of stuff to say about this horrific uh, scene that we've been witness. It looks like the girl is in hiding in Connecticut. Obviously, she li-
I mean,
she lives. She's in hiding now. She's in Connecticut, and obviously she might not face any charges. We don't know what's going to happen. What the outcome is going to be. But I mean, she's in hiding right now because she's. I think she's ashamed about what she did. I
yeah.
know. I'm very curious. I'm very curious about the outcome of this case.
Here's the good news. This is gone worldwide. I have people in England saying they're covering it here. I had people in Australia saying it's covering they're covering here. Send sound off. What did you want to say?
This broke my heart because I have a daughter, and to see someone, this was premeditated. They didn't plan on her. They probably planned on just being her to death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you were so afraid that you would get caught versus than trying to help somebody goes to show what type of person or persons you are. I mean, that has got to be. Now you want to get on social media thinking that that's your attorney. It's not going to work, buddy, because I do believe he's going to be the first one they're going to get.
Yeah, I hope so.
I
TR,
do.
sound off. You're on mute. Can you hear me, TR?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I can hear you.
Sound. What did you want to add?
This is my thing. When you watch the video, it looks like Shanquella is drugged because she
Yep.
doesn't seem fully alert to what's going on.
Are you
And
saying that because she didn't fight back?
Well, not just that. When you watch the video, when the girl that attacked her is in the corner, and she, you see Shanquella walks towards her.
She did.
And to me, if she didn't want to fight her, she would have never walked. I don't believe she would. Someone would walk towards her. You know, if you're not
Right.
wanting to fight someone, why would you walk towards her? Like that's
Completely naked. Completely naked.
Yes, that too.
And
Like,
see that right there, draw like now. That's where this guy history might come in. If that was him in the bed, I mean, just listen to me for a second. If that was him in the bed saying, "Oh, you're not gonna fight her back," why was she naked?
Exactly.
Why was she naked?
Did he do something? Then she could have walked up for help, or like, "Hey, this was." I mean, whatever. I'm not even sure if she walked up for help to the next girl or not. And then something bad happened.
Tulsa, what are your thoughts?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So I would first like to say condolences to the young lady and condolences to her family. I would say that Navi is the ringleader. It was a ritual. He's a dark demon. That girl was attacked, and him rubbing her head to music, you know, her wounds and injuries were visible, but he didn't question it, right?
Yeah.
But there's a backstory. You know, it's drama, it's past grudges.
Yep.
Somebody crossed somebody, they fell out, and then they all planned this trip. Okay, this is how we gonna get her while she's alone. Can't nobody help her.
Yep.
And as you can see, nobody was there to help her. Dejanay is already coming out and taking donations for interviews. And why is
Wait,
that?
what?
I'll tell you. Yeah,
What did you just say?
Dejanay is taking donations to do interviews.
Oh,
That money is
no.
going to be used for her defense. Okay, don't send her $1.
Don't send her $1,
Exactly.
everybody.
Do not
Nobody
send
sent her
$1.
nothing.
And money will be used for her defense. Like I said, that money will be used for her defense. So I can't say this anymore, but do not send that girl any money. This girl was innocent. This girl was not no cheapskate. She wasn't broke. She came from a great home. She had her own business, you know, had her own. I mean, people will be so envious of your light that any chance that they get that they will try to dim it. Be careful of who you call your friends. I had a conversation with my kids. You don't have no friends. I'm your friend.
Yeah.
When you get down and out, you're going to be able to call me. You're not going to be able to call those friends.
I had heard, Tulsa, that she was back on social media, but I couldn't find anything.
Oh,
But-
yes, girl.
And
She
they've privated their accounts too.
Absolutely. And that dude, he has something to do with, he just looks like a dark demon. If you really just look at him, this is one thing that stood out to me when he was in that interview rubbing his right arm. If we all saw that video of that girl being tossed and then she hit her right arm, that is the spirit speaking out. And it's killing him. He ain't, it's unaliving him. He haven't been able to sleep. And guess what? I hope that woman shows up in every dream that they have.
Yeah.
But really, I'm going to tell you how we're going to get to the bottom of this. When they all get caught in that investigation room and they are separate. Because now they need to do the good cop, bad cop. Y'all was all there. Nobody was drinking. How does something happen? How does someone not know what happened to this woman?
Yeah.
And why did you tape it and then come forward with an investigation? I mean, to let the police know, you know?
It was like a ritual, y'all. It was like a ritual. You got all these people around. You got somebody on the camera saying, fight her back. And then this woman, I'm assuming that she got out the shower and they started this. Oh, we about to do this and do that. We about to get dressed. Oh, no. They wanted her hot and ready.
I think.
All right, guys.
I think they pulled her. I'm sorry. I think they pulled her out of the bed because I don't think she was fully alert or aware of what was happening, and you know with what was going on. Because when you look at the fight, she's not pleading with the girl that's attacking her to stop it. She's not pleading with somebody to get her off of her. She's not pleading like crying from injuries or anything. Like something is wrong there. She looked like she is not fully alert.
That woman was SA'd.
And you know, in Mexico,
allegedly.
And you know, in Mexico, you can purchase those drugs, you know. And there's no telling, they may have slipped her something in one of her drinks. You know, there's certain drugs, again, that cannot be detected
That's what
in time of
Sebastian
you
said.
leaving this earth. But it had to be something. But what in the world could make you take somebody from breathing? Okay, that has got to be. I pray to God that they get every last one of the people in that room, because they're all gonna want. If one person gets caught, they're gonna all domino down, and guess what? They all going to jail.
Captain Nazeer.
We can see it
Let
now. They're
me
all
bring
like
up a
loose
new group.
cannons. Okay. They're all like loose cannons. They're all about to, that boy is already, he already done started speaking. And when he's speaking, if y'all looking at video, he's telling different parts. But if the truth don't change, and the truth will always come out the same every time. You don't have to think about this. You don't have to think about that. It's all going to be the same. Now they're
Why
all
didn't they go to the police instead of doing it on social media?
They're all trying to conjure up and gather on one accord. But what they fail to realize is when y'all was doing that evil deed, that's when y'all should have been doing a plan. But it's all going to come out. Thank you all for having me. Great show.
Thank you guys. I'm going to bring in a new group. Thank you guys for calling. I appreciate it.
Okay, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we got, Lakita. Where did she go? Hi, Lakita.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, Shanta.
Hey.
Hey, Marissa. Can you hear me, Marissa?
Hi.
Hi. Let's
Yes,
start with
can
Lakita.
you hear me?
Lakita, sound off.
Hi. Hi. So all I want to say is it was definitely planned, and they knew if they was like, how about we take her out of the country, because they knew if they did something to her there, they couldn't get arrested when they came back to the US. So it was definitely planned. And I don't think they drugged her, because they did an autopsy, and the autopsy would have said if they drugged her, if it was any drugs in her system. It was only that she had a broken neck and her spine was cracked. And I don't care what nobody say, that man in the video, what was his name?
Nazeer.
Yeah. He said when he got there, they told him that she had alcohol poison, but he also said that he seen bruises on her. So first of all, if you're a real friend, you would say you have alcohol poisoning, but why do you have all these bruises on you also? He said in the video, he never said he asked her that. He just said he sat there with her. A real friend would ask, but why do you have all these bruises? And if you're a real friend, you wouldn't just leave like the rest of them did and leave her body there.
Exactly.
So
Shanta, did you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They're all guilty. They're all clowns. They're going to get caught no matter what nobody say. And it's sickening. And also the best friend is the one that was recording her get attacked. He's a man and he's gay. He was the one saying, yes, he was the one that's saying fight back. That's her best friend.
You think that was Khalil? Because I think it was Nazeer. You think it was Khalil?
I thought it was Khalil too.
Khalil, that's her best friend, and he's gay, and he was telling her to fight back. Like, what type of friend are you? Like,
what kind of friend is that?
None of those are her friend. And they were only saying like it was Khalil and the girl in the room. No. If you watch that video, it's another girl in the video. You can see her nails, and she also recording the video too. And it's another guy in the video. He got a beard. He's in the room too. They were all standing there watching that girl get attacked, and it was planned.
Wow.
And my rule is, if you're my best friend, when I jump, you jump.
Mm-hmm.
If I start swinging, you swing too.
Some people were saying she probably slept with the girls, something to do with a man. This ain't have nothing to do with no man. This has to do with jealousy. This has to do with hate. This has to do with, oh, she thinks she's better than everyone. If you can't take that, then don't be my friend. If you're a hater like that, then just get out of my life. Don't be my friend.
Someone's clicking. Marissa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it seems like you have a delay. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Arizona. Hi, I love your show, by the way. I've been a fan for a long, long time.
Thank you. Sound off.
I just wanted to say this. I didn't video. I heard it in my car when you played it, and what I do.
say is like, if Sharrell and Perry and I were good enough friends to go out of the country together, and there was just a random fight between me and Perry, I think Sharrell or the other people in the group would be like, hey, we need to stop this. This is going too far. The fact that nobody is saying anything means, like the other caller said, that it was definitely planned. I mean, nobody was shocked that this was happening between the group of friends. That makes no sense. If you're good enough friends to go out of the country, and my friends having something happen to them where they're getting hit as hard as people are saying, like I said, I didn't see the video, then there's going to be a problem and I'm going to intervene. I'm not going to be sitting there videoing my friend, you know,
hit her hard enough to crack
having her last breath.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shanta, what were you going to say?
Hot, they are.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was.
I'm good.
Say the same thing that the lady that was up under your picture in the last group was saying, that about the girl monetizing off of the story. She's posting on her Instagram story that.
Did you see it? Because I tried to find it. Did you?
I followed as soon as
oh my God! So it's true.
All of them. The only person, it seems like Nazeer, the Winter Girl, and the other guy made up new profiles to tell their side of the story. The only person that has the original profile is Khalil. And I guess that's because he has a business going on. But they are dragging him in the comments.
Okay, so it's true. Dejanay did come on social media, ask for money. I cannot believe that. Nobody give her money. You guys, please.
The highest bidder gets an interview, and then when people
the highest bidder gets an interview.
When they would cash that purse, she would post and be like, so and so paid the most, so they got the story. It's on their Twitch and this, that, and the third.
And I think she also was gonna do an interview with the Shade Room.
Oh
wow.
I mean, nobody. You guys, nobody give this woman money. We saw with our own eyes what she did.
If the Shade Room does that, they're sick too.
Yeah,
they're gonna do
anybody
it
that's paying for her story is sick.
Anybody.
Plan on turning her in.
I agree with that.
Let me
like
bring up a
nobody
new
should
group.
be
I got a lot of people
promoting that.
Want to speak.
Bye. Thank you.
Guys for, okay, take care.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye bye. I can't believe that she's
That's
asking
crazy.
for money. I'm just. Ugh. Hi, Maddie. Can you hear me?
Hi guys. Hi Perry. I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you. But is it Butterfly? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey. Hey, Perry.
Hi, Ann. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Let's start with you, Maddie.
Okay, so this story it touches me a lot because I had a similar situation happen to me where like I lived in a city where I didn't have any parents. I was all alone, and I befriended like the wrong group where like I thought the girls were my friends. And one day when we went out, one of the girls' true colors came out. Like she literally snapped, and then her and I, we got into a fight. She waited until I was drunk and she fought me in front of everybody.
Wow.
So from then I understood not to associate myself with a lot of people, so I stay by myself. But this story is heartbreaking, especially where I'm from West Africa, Ivory Coast, and a lot of the times stuff like this happen. Usually it will be your closest friends poisoning you.
What?
Yeah.
What in Africa?
Well, in West Africa, Ivory Coast. I'm from the Ivory Coast. We are a French-speaking country, and I can only speak for the Ivorians. Yeah. I know for a fact, if you're like, let's say like, well, there was a story of a girl, an Ivorian girl that was living here. She moved back to the Ivory Coast to open a business, and her friends threw her a party just to poison the drink and kill her.
Oh my
God.
So,
yeah.
Wow. And sound off.
First of all, they need to send every last one of them to Mexico and spend about 20 years in a Mexican prison. That'll bring it all full circle, because karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch.
Have you watched the documentaries about Mexican prisons?
Yes, I have. And I want to see how tough they are there.
I know.
When it's 100 to 1. But it's so sad for these young people today. I'm 52. I remember, going to like Greek picnic and things like that. And it was just a fight, that would happen, and it's a shame that now they're actually trying to kill each other. Like, what could that girl have possibly done or said that was worth you taking her life on vacation?
But you said the best thing. They need to go to a Mexican prison.
They do.
Where the cartel is.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Butterfly sound off.
Yeah, this story is so horrible. Please do not get mad at me. I don't have nothing against the LGBTQI community or whatever, but I'm just we have to keep it a buck. Some of them are very messy, and the fact that her best friend, a couple of them guys, are from that community, and they stay messy. They like promoting a lot of mess, and I feel
how do you know they're from the LGBTQ AI plus community?
The best friend is gay. That's a known fact already. Yeah, the best friend Khalil, he's gay. That's a known fact already. And I really think that I'm not saying because he's gay, that's why. I'm just saying they can be messy. They can be very messy. They like to keep mess going. They like to carry bones. You know that saying, carrying bones, like going back and forth, causing. I believe there was a falling out before this trip. They pretended that they forgave her, but they never really forgave her. And I think they did plot and plan to humiliate her. I don't think they meant to go as far as to unalive her, but I definitely think they wanted to humiliate her. And I definitely think it had a lot to do with jealousy and envy and carrying bones within the friendship, pinning one another against each other.
What are your thoughts about Nazeer, though?
Nazeer is a mess. I believe he's the main one that helped plot it. It was his birthday. They all went for his birthday. It's your birthday. They all put it on this villa to celebrate your birthday, and you're the last one to show up. Talk about you don't know what happened. And doing a little bit more research, a lot of stuff is coming out. They said that they was on the FaceTime with somebody while in the room attacking her.
Oh, tell me you didn't hear that.
Yes. So who they on FaceTime with? The person that's supposed to be on their way, Nazeer.
Wow.
So he know what happened before he got there. That's why they're all trying to cover for each other. They like that they always in on it. They all had a vendetta against her, and a lot of it did have to do with jealousy and envy. But I also do believe in that friend group that the best friend and Nazeer carry bones between the women and cause a lot of commotion.
Yeah.
They caused a lot of commotion on top of them already being jealous of her. So that just only helped add it on to the girl's jealousy. Because you know how people feed off of negativity.
Yeah.
Nazeer and Khalil they feed off negativity. And people who feed off negativity like to cause it. You know how we, pretty much like the housewife shows. How we like the little plots to cause stir pots and stuff like that.
Right.
I just believe that happened in this friend group. And I think they was, like said, it had a lot to do with jealousy and envy. And I do believe it was premeditated. So I do think they need more than 20 years. They need life. It was premeditated. They planned on attacking her and humiliating her. I don't think they meant to go as far as unaliving her. But at this point, it's like, oh, shoot, what do we do now? They all panicked, all came up with a plan, and they all ran out of there. Remember that?
Yeah, but you have to look at it too. Like, I might change my tax dockets, but that don't mean I want to commit tax fraud.
Right.
They killed that girl, whether it was premeditated. They lured her to another country and unalived her. I don't care. There is no such thing as an accident.
Right.
They did that purposely.
Diva, sound off.
Okay, hey Sharrell, hey everybody. This is so sad. I'm so glad y'all covering this story, right? I do believe that they disliked her before they even went there with her. And I do also believe that she really thought that these were her friends, right? And I think because everybody wants the next viral story, they was filming it knowing they was going to beat her up. But I don't think that the intention was to do what happened. but it happened, right? And because who would, knowing that they knew what ended up happening to her, that she became unalive, who would release that video? Because remember, they was telling the mother all kinds of lies and the family. So that's why I was thinking to myself, the video was probably released before they realized that she was unalive, because they was
Oh,
filming
I
it as it
see.
was going
Yeah.
along, right?
Yeah.
And I also feel like regardless of what the toxicology report said, because we know that Mexico is also playing games, right? Because now they acting like no, nothing happened. It wasn't an accident. You know, it was an accident or whatever the case may be, right? So I do think she appeared to seem like a rag doll in that video when that was happening to her. And to say, and like you said, your natural reaction is when someone is doing that to you, is to at least block or say, please stop or something. We wasn't hearing anything from her. It's almost like she was having an out-of-body experience. And when the guy asked her that was filming it, aren't you going to, take up for yourself or fight back? And you hear a no. It was like something more was off with that. They did plan to do what they was doing, and they planned to film it, and they wanted to humiliate her. And we need to all keep saying her name and showing her picture on our social media, and that group is going to break. Somebody in that group is going to break down, and we cannot let up until they do, because what happened to her is so wrong and so sad. And then y'all come back with this girl's luggage.
Yeah.
And you drop it off to the mom.
That's sick.
That's sick. And I will say this, Sharrell, that whole thing with the transgender, what's her name? Another content creator. She showed the picture of who they was claiming how she was a man of. Somebody photoshopped it, right? And pretty much was saying that so she's saying that she doesn't believe, I don't believe it either, that the woman that was beating her up is a transgender. Now right now we don't know. Everything is like speculation, right? But from everything she said, that it was somebody's Photoshop, and that kind of just put that out there. And then the other thing I'll say to you really quickly is, we glamorize the violence, right? Because now this was Nika at night, and I connected to the thought process, right? She said with Christian Rock, she attacks people unprovoked. She acts a crazy fool. She puts her hands on people all day long, and people want her to be a star. So these people that did this to this girl is no different. The only difference that happened in their situation is that this girl became unalive. But you don't know that what one hit you can do can unalive somebody.
Yeah.
You can hit the person, miss them in the temple, and this Christian Rock is running around acting a fool and just touching people. But she also talked about how the whole Zeus network, and I'm sorry, it is a black man that has that network, but the whole Zeus network is based off of violence and people just putting their hands on other people. So we gotta all together, all around, stop promoting this violence, period. Because that's why these people did the video in the first place. Because they wanted to go viral. They wanted to say, oh, we was in Mexico with her, and look at what's her name, beat her down. But now it's not just a beat down. This girl is not alive.
I did mention that my son got in a 20-minute fight. 20 minutes. Nobody was there. It was all teenagers. And they put it on YouTube.
I heard that's terrible. Because everybody wants something viral. Everybody wants something viral.
Did you hear about the girl, Dejanay, asking for donations on her social?
That is sick. That is sick.
Yeah.
That is sick, Sharrell. That is sick.
Yeah.
But I love you. I gotta go because I'm on the road. But I wasn't driving just now. Just
Okay. Well, take care, Diva.
But I'm on the road. I love you guys. Bye.
All right. I'm going to change groups. Thank you guys for calling in. I
Thanks,
appreciate
ladies.
it. Bye, guys. This is bad.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It's
But
bad.
it's sad,
Everybody,
yeah.
please do not donate money to this woman. She is a unlifer, and all of them need to go to jail in Mexico. This is horrible. To be that malicious that you plan. Let me get her in Mexico where she don't know anybody. And these are just my opinions. None of this is proven fact yet. Let me get her in Mexico, and then we'll take her down there.
Yep.
And I
I think they
forgot to
did
ask
it.
Diva, a nurse, is there drugs that can't be detected? I forgot to
Well, you
ask
know
her.
what though? I mean, it could be a hit. It could be anything that made her, not fully conscious, right? But they tried to demean this woman. That's why she was naked
Yeah.
too, right? For a female to be naked on film and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something
It's crazy.
they was doing to basically to demean this person, like
Yeah.
beat him down, embarrass him, and it's crazy.
All right, I need everybody in the chat. Please click that like button on your way out. This is an awful story that we will be keeping our eye on. Don't forget to hit the like button so this video gets circulated. We want as many people as possible to see this. We want everybody to post about this on their social media. This is what led to something. They're getting some kind of reaction in the FBI involved. And then ultimately, according to the article I just read, Mexico is now opening up an investigation. My condolences goes out to, I'm so sorry, Shanquella. I'm just, and everybody keep their eye on Nazeer. I don't know. I can't. All right, Perry,
So
I'm
I'll
going
just
to
say
go
this.
ahead and wrap this up.
Oh yeah, we
Thank
can
you
wrap it up.
guys.
But I would
Please
say
don't forget to
people.
leave your comments. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell them, just let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
What you think
Please let me know
happened?
your thoughts
What
in
you
the
think
comment
should
section.
happen? Yeah.
And if you hear anything, please let us know in the comment section. All right, you guys. On 3, Perry, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye,
Bye, everybody.
guys.